We begin with the story of love and loss, but mostly love. It started like so many timeless stories do right here in Detroit in the 1950s when the music was good and hope was everywhere. A young teacher named Patsy Sexton met a quiet Army veteran named Don Thomas, a man who had stood guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier and a man whose heart was as steady as his duty. From that day forward, they were inseparable. They married in 1958 and built a life rooted in faith, family, and service. Patsy taught kindergarten, shaping young lives with warmth and patience. Don built homes and community with hard work, humor, and generosity. Together, they raised 5 children, Ann, Tim, Brian, Mary, and Colleen, and created a home filled with laughter, kindness, and unconditional love. Ann Thomas, of course, is the fabulous program director here at WJR. Don and Patsy are her parents. After 67 years of marriage, Patsy passed away this summer, surrounded by family. And now, just a few months later, Don has followed, peacefully and in his own quiet way, as if love had simply called him home. Ann said it didn't feel like an ending. It felt like a reunion. 2 hearts that had shared one life were together once again. They leave behind a legacy that runs through 4 generations, a family bound by faith, humor, and deep affection. Their story reminds us that real love doesn't fade. It endures, it teaches, it carries on. And that legacy lives on in their daughter, our friend and colleague, Ann Thomas, the heart of this station, the voice behind the voice of the Great Lakes. Ann is the perfect blend of her parents' strength and grace, and you can feel their spirit in everything she does. This weekend, we celebrate Don's life, and Patsy's too, because after 67 years of love, there could never be one without the other. God bless Ann, her family, her parents, and all those they love. Marie?
Oh, I'm so glad you did that. I'm so glad you mentioned their relationship and the passing of Don. They were 2 remarkable people, and the old saying that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree,
Right.
right? And so that is, I mean, we need to celebrate that more often. I'm sure our listeners today listening to that, they may have had a loss in their life recently as well, losing a parent and how difficult that is. But it's always great to acknowledge these passings because this one, it's a celebration. It's truly a celebration. So I'm so glad you were able to mention that, Kevin.